What counts as a strike in 1950s bowling? Imagine the excitement of hitting a perfect shot in a game that was a favorite pastime for many Americans in the 1950s. Bowling was everywhere, from small-town alleys to big city entertainment centers. But what exactly made a shot count as a strike back then? Well, in the 1950s, a strike meant knocking down all 10 pins with the very first ball you rolled in a frame. If you managed to do that, it was called a strike, and it was a big deal. The rules were pretty straightforward. If you knocked down all 10 pins on your first try, you scored 10 points plus the total pins you knocked down on your next two rolls. That made strikes very valuable because they boosted your score quickly. Each game had 10 frames, and in each one, you could roll up to 2 balls unless you scored a strike on your first try. If you did get a strike, you didn't roll again in that frame because all the pins were already down. The 10th and final frame had special rules, though. If you scored a strike or spare in that last frame, you got to roll extra balls to try and maximize your points. The pins were arranged in a triangle, with 10 pins standing about 15 inches tall and weighing around 3 to 3.5 pounds each. The ball used was usually about 12 inches in diameter and weighed between 10 and 16 pounds. Bowling alleys in the 1950s had polished wooden lanes, and the introduction of automatic pin setters in the 1940s made the game faster and more fun. These machines quickly reset the pins after each roll, which helped keep the game moving and made bowling more popular than ever. Bowling was more than just a game, it was a social event. People gathered in alleys to relax, have fun, and compete. When someone scored a strike, everyone cheered, and it was a moment of celebration. The sound of pins crashing and the sight of a perfect strike became iconic images of leisure in 1950s America. So, in simple terms, a strike in 1950s bowling was knocking down all 10 pins with the very first ball of a frame. It was a straightforward rule that created exciting moments and added to the popularity of bowling during that lively era.